Alright, so it looks like we're about ready to get going. Switch over. Oh, so it looks like they're about to get going. We have Ethan Epstein. I believe he's playing Twin. And Brandon Harless. I have no clue what he is playing. I'm sure we'll find out very quickly. They're shuffling up. I believe he's actually playing Grixis Twin, which is... people believe it's the better of the two. I am not sure. I think between like Blue-Red Twin and Grixis Twin, I believe they're both very good. I believe the Twin archetype is just good in general. Let's see if we can figure out what Brandon's playing. He's kind of... sort of Lingering Souls, I believe. A Hollowed Fountain, possibly Esper. Depending on what variant of Esper, because there's Esper tokens with Monster Mentor, Thoughtsky, Serum Visions, Soren, Lord of Innistrad, Soren, either of the two, Lord of Innistrad or the Solemn Visitor. They're both very good. So it looks like we're gonna see it's gonna be a pretty long match, just a blue mirror. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see their hands because of the way the camera is. Looks like a Supreme Verdict. I believe that's a Water Gate, so it's some sort of Esper control. Celestial Colonnade, yeah, this is an Esper control-esque deck. And I have no clue what Ethan's hand is, because he's keeping it close to his chest, which is fine. So Brandon won the die roll. There's a Celestial Colonnade. Comes with play tap. You want to play his tap lands first. The Polluted Delta. So I believe he's on Grixis Twin. There's a Tassiger. That's going to be a very powerful card to allow for playing 2 spells a turn, which is very important. This type of control mirror. Ethan going down to 19. With a fetch, very common in this format. I think on average you start at about 15 or so. It's just so much pain from the fetch land shock land combination. Make sure you can cast your spells. Casting your spells are worth taking a few points here and there. The steam vents is shocking himself, so that kind of reveals that he probably has something along the lines of a remand, which is a very good. It buys you a lot of time. There's a Drew Watery Grave. Shock himself, get to 18. Looked like a pass. Nope, that's the Lingering Souls. They're a token. If he has a remand, he should cast it here. It just buys a lot of time. Yeah, there's a remand. It just buys a lot of time. You don't want to take too much damage. It gives him the... This now gives Ethan the initiative. Allows him to start to control the tempo of the game, which is what Twin wants to do. Now Brandon's probably going to have to keep mana up to at least represent something like a Path to Exile or Go for the Throat or a Doomblade. He plays some sort of shock land. Can't see it because of the way the camera is. Looks like we have 16 all here. Getting a Steam Vents tapped. Really representing he doesn't have Blood Moon in his main deck, which normally they don't, but you never know. Could have some spice. So he just shocked himself and passed the turn, it looks like. So, gifts ungiven. That's a surprise. Ethan definitely needs to counter this. Gifts ungiven, a very powerful card. Deceiver Exarch. This is... So he has a Dispel? Yeah, that's very powerful. That gives him a lot of initiative. Deceiver Exarch into Dispel. If that Gifts ungiven result, it would have been pretty bad. Just being able to tutor your deck for 2 cards. So if I was Brandon, I would just play Lingering Souls here. Now he's going to cast Supreme Verdict. So this heavily represents that he doesn't have anything like a Path to Exile in his hand. Which means that Ethan can just abuse that. Knowing that there's not any instant speed removal in Brandon's hand, unless he draws it, obviously. But it might allow for a quick Splinter Twin combo if Ethan gets a little gutsy and takes that read. Ethan missing land drops. That's his second land drop miss this little bit, this game. It hurts missing those land drops. I'm not sure what he played. There's a Lingering Souls. Card's very good against Twin. You know, it's in the later stages of the game, it's a cheap threat. I'm not sure what this is. This spell? It's a sorcery. We might see some sort of a rewind here. It's not a legal target, so that Dispel is still there. Yeah, it wasn't a legal target, so Dispel should be in the graveyard still. They had Tassiger. It resolved because of the Snapcaster Dispel mishap. There's not... If he has a Terminate here, he's in pretty good shape of being able to get rid of the Tassiger, which I believe is what's going to happen. Yep, there's a Terminate to kill the Tassiger. Looks like he found a land this turn. He played the Pluto Delta. Very important. Let's see if Brandon wants to block and trade. Yep. Trading a 1/1 for a Snapcaster. That Lingering Souls was exiled to Tassiger. That'll be very relevant. He kind of lost a bit of value there. Tassiger is such a powerful card that it's worth it. Looks like I saw a flash of a Path to Exile from Brandon. He should still have a Spirit. He's probably going to swing in with. Why he's going to activate Colonnade. Let's see if Ethan has a response. Something like a Terminate would be pretty big here. So Ethan's going to crack his fetch. Going to 15. More than likely going to get a basic of some kind, whether it be an island or more than likely a swamp if he has Terminate. Yep, it's probably going to be a Terminate here. So there is a 1/1 Spirit, I believe. I assume it's in combat. Yeah. So Ethan going down to 14. Ethan does need some more lands here. Lands are very important in this control mirror. There's a draw for turn. I believe Brandon is tapped out, I believe. I believe Ethan has a full grip, 6 or 7 cards. Brandon's probably getting pretty low on them since he's been playing lands and spells every turn. Looks like Brandon also has a Tectonic Edge, which would be very good. If he activates it and kills the same events, it'll take Ethan not only off of triple blue, but double red, so he won't be able to cast a card like Splinter Twin unless he draws a land. You swing for 1 with the Spirit. To go down to 13. Not really much you can do. You really don't want to spend a lightning bolt on the Spirit. See what Ethan has end of turn effects. Yep, there's a Kolaghan's Command. So this card is pretty much always a 2-for-1. I would not be. He'll probably get his Snapcaster Mage back. He's going to kill the Spirit. So this is at the end of turn. They're gonna do 2 damage to the Spirit and get back his Snapcaster? Yep. Yeah, it's kind of a loop. I mean, the Snapcaster, Kolaghan's Command, back to Snapcaster. So the board's all clear now. It's a very aggressive Lightning Bolt. That might be so that he doesn't run the risk of discarding at the end of turn. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen Brandon uses Tech Edge end of turn and try and get him. You're putting a control deck low on mana allows your cards, so like your counter spells, to actually resolve and not get remanded. They organized Ethan's graveyard, a little helpful. And 2 Terminates and Bolt in there, and a Kolaghan's Command for targeting purposes. That Dispel should be in there. Hopefully we can get that fixed. There's a Lingering Souls on the stack. Let's see if this gets countered. If Ethan has something like a Cryptic Command, I would probably use it here. You need to use it at some point. It's not getting better. Your situation's not getting any better. There's a Remand. Good way to try to hit some land drops. Trying to see what's in Brandon's hand. Looks like a go for the throat. Was that Ethan end of turn?